3 months in, and you are still, right now, the interim. Are we getting closer, finally, to that being changed to permanent in the next week or so?
Well, the club is in the process. They're very detailed about it. We trust them, but again, putting the focus back onto the team, because I think that's what made us so strong the last couple of months, how the team has been stepping up. We're very comfortable with what we've been doing here in the building. I understand from the outside you don't see it, you don't get to experience it every day, but there's incredible hard work behind the scenes from both players and staff. And we've started doing that again after the break. The girls came back really well, very fresh mentally and physically refreshed. They look really good, and we're still in that process, and we focus on the here and now and on Bristol on Sunday.
At some point this process has to come to an end though. Do you get the sense that it is about to be ended?
That's all on the club to answer you that question. I have big trust that they will do this very detailed, and then they are very keen to make a very good decision. So I trust the club in this.
There's things like the transfer window open. That's not open forever, and it needs somebody to say, actually, this is what we need, this is what we don't need, and that you have to have input at some stage in that.
Yeah, so I think that's important, but there's a lot of people working behind the scenes as well, with the technical committee, recruitment department, and Claire obviously, and there's a direction that the club wants to go in, and so it's not only dependent on the head coach. There's many people involved, but want to say that we're very happy with the staff, the player group that we have at the moment as well.
I mean, your stance to us has been the same every time we've asked you for the last 3 months, but has the feeling inside changed? The more you do this job, the more success you have, the more the players are doing what you want to see from them. There must be a burning desire to see what you've started through. Can you imagine having to hand over the reins to someone else now?
Well, if we want the players to be in good hands, we want the right person for the club and the players to drive this forward. But I'm very happy with what we've achieved so far. But again, the collective responsibility has been key to our successes lately. So it's not dependent on one person. What given us this much success is how the players have been stepping up, and also other staff. So very happy with that, with how everything has been.
You mentioned a month off. I mean, there's probably a few of the men's game that would like a week off, let alone a month off. You said they've come back fresh and mentally ready. Can too long be off? You know what I mean? Is there a sense that you almost have to start again? Is that how you're approaching it?
You want to find the right balance of players getting enough time to recover, but don't break them down too much. So you need more time to build them up again. But I think we try to find the exact right balance, and getting enough preparation time for the cup and the league to start again. So I think it looks like we got it quite right, and we try to individualize as well with a couple of players. So, but at the moment it looks quite good, I think.
And as much as it's lovely to have time off, and I'm sure you all got some quality time with kind of friends and family, is there a sense that there might be a little bit of a missed opportunity around the women's game? Because at this time of year you do find that you've got time off, and there are lots of people who are desperate to get out of the house and go take their families places. Is it something that maybe could be looked at? It just feels like there's a market being missed.
I'm not sure. There's if you see how the women's game is growing and how the summers look, there's in 4 years, there's 3 out of 4 years there's a tournament going on in the women's game as well. So the players also need recovery time. So I think what we are bringing to the women's market is a very good product, and it's always finding the balance of what can we bring and what do we want to mean for the world and for society, and inspiration, but also taking care of the players' health. So I think everyone is always, at different instances, are trying to find that right balance.
Thanks, Kat. Tim.
Hi, Renee. I wanted to ask about the January transfer window and whether there is a desire to add to the squad, maybe a wide player, something like that?
Like I said before, we're very happy with the players in the building. I think they've been performing well, and everyone is trying to push and get the best out of themselves and out of each other. So I think we're in a really good place with the squad at the moment, with the players that are here. So very happy with that. But I think a big club like us, we're always looking to take the next step, and always active, but at the moment there will be very little movement. We're very happy with the players in the building.
And can I ask about team news for Sunday? First of all, Lia Walti, whether she'll be back. Fans are very eagle-eyed with the photos as well. Not a criticism, Mr. Price. But Emily Fox hasn't been in the photos. I don't know whether she's been given extra time off. And also Catherine Cool, whether she'll be in the squad, because there are a lot of rumours about her leaving in January.
I can give some updates. Lia Walti is in full training, so she's in contention for Sunday. Lina Hurtig and Emily Fox, just to clear it up, they've come back later from their breaks, so that's part of the individual plans for different players. Key is in the building training with us.
And can I just ask finally as well about maybe some of the younger players as well? Great to see so many of them signing new contracts. Jonas said at the beginning of the season there'd be a bit of a review for some of them, players like Freya Godfrey, Katie Reid, about whether they'd go out on loan in January, whether those plans crystallise yet. And again, the only player who turned 18, I think, who hasn't signed a pro contract yet is Vivian Leah. I'm not sure whether that says anything about her future.
You have really good insight. No, we are very happy with the young players that are coming through at Arsenal, and for every individual we're trying to look for their best way to keep on developing. For some that will be a loan, and for some of them it will be staying with us, depending on what position where they're at in their development. So we're looking at it. So whatever you know that's in the outside world, you know already, and for the rest we're just looking at the best solutions to give best opportunities to develop for our young talented players.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Emma.
Hi. Both our women's and men's teams will be wearing the No More Red kit this Sunday. I was wondering how it feels to see the positive impact that football can have on the wider community and issues like this.
Yeah, I think football is so powerful. Us as a club, Arsenal as a club, we can mean so much to society. So I'm really proud I'm part of this, and that we're doing this, and hopefully it makes an impact.
Thank you. Helen.
Yeah, Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Can I just say well done for what you've done already, because you've just, whoever takes over, whether it's you or somebody else, you've set up such a good foundation. That's just me doing my input there. But following on from what Tim said, because you've got, if it goes ahead this weekend, you've got Bristol, and then you've got Paris, and I wondered if there's a temptation to maybe play a lot more of the kids and play people like Rosa Kafaji as well.
We have it's a competitive game on Sunday, and we have a competitive game next Sunday as well. So we need to set up the best team possible to win those games. But we have a big belief in the full squad. We have, I think, one of the biggest squads with the most depth. So we have all options. So we're going to look at what's the best for the team, what's the best for every individual, how they coming back, what do we need against Bristol, what do we need in the upcoming game. So we're going to play a team that we want to win that game.
And the other thing is, just looking ahead at the whole year ahead of us, now everyone's started to do this, you know, some of us make resolutions which we're not going to keep. But I wonder what you're looking forward to most, maybe generally and specifically in 2025.
I'm really curious to see how the squad is going to take the next step, because I think there's so much positive things going on individual and collective level, and obviously the challenge is, can we keep on doing this over time, and can we keep on developing and fine-tuning different things, challenge ourselves even more, and can we find the next level in everything we do. So I'm really excited and curious about what does that next level look like for us as a team.
And you must have learned a lot of stuff over the last 11 games. You must have learned just so much about your own self, not just as a leader, but as a person. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think everywhere in life, wherever you get, I'm learning a lot, but I also see myself learning a lot outside of the football context. That gives me new perspectives, which you then can bring back again. But so learning is everywhere for me.
Thanks. Good luck. I hope the game goes forward.
Thank you. Me too.
Thanks, Helen. Sandra.
Hi, Renee. Hope you're well. I'm just going to ask, obviously, Arsenal, most people who follow them as FA Cup, the most successful team in the competition's history, but is it 9 years since they last lifted it? If indeed it is you, I mean, how much would it mean, particularly given the start to the season the team have had, if you and the players together could just end that kind of advice way, if you'd like.
Yeah, so we live day to day and want to be in the moment, perform our best every day in everything we do. But obviously we want that to lead to trophies. That's what the club wants, that's what the players want, that's what we want. So that's the ultimate goal for us. So we try to be in a process and try to impact everything every day to hit that next level and be as good as we can for every game. So yeah, that's definitely one of the goals.
And you're facing a Bristol City team that's kind of like in a, I think, 8-way fight for promotion, with the mad points gap between top and 8th in the Championship at the moment. I mean, Arsenal will be favoured, but would you say that gives you even more of an advantage in that game?
I think it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be challenging in its way that it's our first game back after the break. Bristol is, like you say, is a top team in Championship, so we definitely shouldn't think this is going to be an easy one. But so what we're going to ask from the girls is to be on their toes in this game against this opposition. Thank you.
Sandra. Kit.
Renee, hi.
Hi.
It has been reported that you're in the final round of interviews to become the Arsenal permanent head coach. Surely that means you do want the job?
Like I said, the club is in this process and it's happening behind the scenes, and as soon as they have something to present, it will be presented. So, but I won't be the one presenting this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You told us back in November you were going to be in charge until the end of that block, then it was the same for December. We're now in January and we're still awaiting a decision. I mean, fans could be forgiven for thinking that it looks like Arsenal aren't quite sure of what their plan is with this head coaching search. What would you say in response to that?
Well, to the fans, I think everything that's happening, what the work the players and the staff are putting in, I think it's been amazing, and they're doing a great job. So trust the players and the staff in the background that we're really pushing and developing and trying to get the best out of ourselves. Even though there's no permanent head coach, I think the processes that are happening here, they are on a very high level.
And the results have been great under you. The fans seem to be loving it. Every player, pretty much to a woman, has said that they love playing under you and they want you to stay in some capacity. You've at least not said that you don't want a job. Like, is there any case for you not to be given a job permanently?
It's like I said, like you say as well, I love being here. I love working with the players. I'm happy that the players are in a good place as well. I think we're doing a lot of great things at the moment, and I want to bring the credit back to them again, that they stepped up, they've been changing things, and I think the key for success moving forward is that they keep on doing that. So I don't think this individual role is gonna make the big impact. The biggest impact that has been made up until now is what the players have been doing.
And just finally, like, on a maybe more personal opinion, I remember you saying in November that it would be good if a permanent solution was found. 2 months on, we're still awaiting a permanent solution. Is that just frustrating? It was still there just for you as an individual, like irrespective of what decisions made, that we're still awaiting that permanent?
Yeah, I've said it before, it's mostly in here, and I understand on the outside you don't have insight in what's happening on the inside. So here is when I get confronted with it, but when we're working on the inside, we're in a really good place, and it's never mentioned. We don't talk about it. We're just, everyone is putting in their work, both players and staff, and everyone is doing that really well. Thanks.
Thanks. Catherine.
Hi Renee. Momentum's obviously quite a big thing in football, and Arsenal were kind of flying before the winter break. How do you make sure you don't lose that momentum coming back into matches here? We've seen Arsenal maybe in the last couple of years struggle when they've come back from the Christmas break.
Yeah, so what we try to do is to hit our levels as fast as we can. So we're very demanding in meetings and trainings. So we definitely want to start with that foundation. And then we also, to not lose the motivation and that momentum, we also set goals for the next level for us to reach. And I think the players have been responding really well to that. So that's all the work we try to do in the background.
And you mentioned the phrase collective responsibility. It was something that Lia Walti mentioned as well. I just wonder if you could tell us a bit how that looks in terms of, I know there's a leadership group at Arsenal, but in terms of, the collective responsibility you mentioned, kind of how does that work?
It's like specifically in meetings, in trainings, we give a platform to the players. And it's also about our psychology and our leadership as a staff towards the players to be able to facilitate that. So give them the trust, give them the framework, give them the platforms to be able to do that. And I think the players have been responding really well to that. So we want to support them, and we give them the trust in them being part of leading the process. And I think what they've been doing well in their mindset is they go to themselves, so they go to everything they can control instead of things that are outside their control and outside of themselves. So I think that's been great, a great mindset for the players.
Is that something that's always been in place, or has potentially been emphasised a little bit more since you've been in interim charge, or is it something that's like a continuation of what happened previously?
Yeah, I think we said it before, and I think Lia said it as well, that when this big change happens and you lose your official leader, then you get the opportunity as a collective to step up, and they've done that. And I think key for this group moving forward is that even though there's going to be a permanent official leader for the team, they have to keep on doing that, because that's the key to success for them. Thank you.
Last one at the back here.
Hi there, Renee. Happy New Year. I just wanted to ask, Sandra mentioned a moment ago about the importance of the FA Cup, how important it is to this club. Obviously in the last few years the FA Cup's kind of maybe a little bit the shine's come off it, given that it used to be the only televised women's game in the country, and now we're obviously lucky to have the WSL Champions League on TV, so it's not got the same level of importance, but obviously it's still really important to this club. How do you impress that onto the players who maybe haven't won the competition with Arsenal or got to the next stages with Arsenal?
Well, we have clear objectives for this block and for the second half of the season, and talking to the players, listening to the players, they take big pride in all prizes that we can win. There's 4 at the moment, and we want to go for all 4 of them, and that's really clear when you listen to the players.
Fantastic. And I just have one more question. Just obviously over the winter break, Jonas Eidevall got the San Diego Wave job, and he was interviewed, and he was very glowing about yourself and the job you've done at Arsenal since he's left, and mentioned that you're a great leader, in his opinion. I just wanted to ask what your relationship is like with him, whether you still speak to him.
Yeah, no, I got to know Jonas in Sweden when I was coaching there, and he was coaching there. We coached for the same club. He was the first team coach, and I was the reserves coach back then, so we go far back. And I think I've learned a lot from him, and I'm also very grateful for the opportunities he has given me, and he's put a lot of trust in me in different roles and in different environments when we've worked together. So I have huge respect for Jonas, and yes, we're still in touch. He doesn't live here anymore, but we went for dinner and we catched up, and but now it's mostly on the phone. So, but we're still in touch, and I'm very happy for him, excited for him for the San Diego job.
Great. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you.